We asked a local senior cop if he was aware of the inflammatory speeches. Wow, did she actually? Wow, she actually called the cops on them. Made outside Nikita Tomar's house. Nikita, sorry, Nikita. By the way, Nikita is such a beautiful name. In front of at least 3 policemen. So they called the cops on this crowd, and they asked the police, like, "Hey, you guys have the cops here. Do you notice that there's like people are promoting violence?" So this is the reporter calling the police. She's saying, "Sir, in front of the victim's house, several groups are gathering. Many of the people are making provocative speeches. Why is the police not taking any action despite them despite them being present here?" I mean, I'm pretty sure in India, inciting violence is a crime, isn't it? Inciting violence in India, that's a crime, right? Oh yeah, Karni Sena is a far right organization. Sena means army. Jeez. Hate speech and violence outside her house? Question mark. Saying the police. So this is the HPS. This is the police. I don't know what that is. I don't know what something headquarters. Speech violence. I can give you the proof. I have the recording. People have told me themselves that they will resort to violence. If the chief minister doesn't listen to their demands. Yes, we will see when something happens. Wait, something has happened. She just told you that they incited violence. He's like, oh, we will see when something happens. Something just happened. She is telling you it has already happened. They're inciting violence. Guys, is it not already illegal in India to incite violence? Wait, hate speech is a crime in India. Yeah, I know that. But is inciting... Unfortunately, it is. I mean, that shouldn't be a crime. But is inciting violence a crime? Sometimes you are better off letting people vent frustration. I don't know what that is referring to. Okay, here, Katie. Yes, it is a crime. That's why blasphemy is illegal. They say blasphemy will incite violence. Okay, so that's moronic. Blasphemy shouldn't be legal. But if blasphemy being illegal is justified as illegal because it incites violence, then the direct incitement of violence should be illegal. Okay, so apparently blasphemy is illegal because it indirectly incites violence. But when people are directly inciting violence in front of the police, they don't get arrested. Yes, we will see when something happens. You will take action after violence has happened. I love this reporter. She's asking, she was like, oh yeah, we will take action when something happens. Like, wait, I told you already that they incited violence. Are you waiting for the violence to actually happen? If someone is violating the law, wait, if somebody is violating the law, yeah, they are. She just told you they are. They're inciting violence. So he's saying if somebody is violating the law, appropriate action will be taken depending on the violation. Well, she just told you that maybe the police in India just don't know the law. Maybe you guys in the live chat know the law better than the Indian police. Potentiality is saying Indian police are world renowned for corruption and infidelity. Okay, let's continue. But between claims of love jihad and provocative speeches, a bright young life is lost forever. She was the topper in her... Guys, I hate this when people say, like, when somebody dies and they say, like, oh, she was the top of her class. I mean, would you care less about her if she was at the bottom of her class? Like, I'm sure her life matters just as much if she wasn't at the top of her class. Like, is this like, are we making it us caring about the lives of our fellow human beings based on how good they performed in life? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky. It just bugs me. I don't know if this bugs anyone else. Does it bug you guys as well? You're saying current government use Hindus for politics and opposition uses Muslims and dollars. Oh yes, see, this is a very good point. It's very simple. Both are hypocrites. Yes, and just because the opposition uses Muslims and Dalits for politics, that doesn't mean that we don't care for them. Okay, if Muslims, if Hindus are actual targets of discrimination and violence by Muslims, we care for the Hindus and we will highlight them here. And if Muslims and Dalits are being targeted and being oppressed, then we highlight them and we will mention them here as much as we can. And if either side is being used for politics, we'll try to highlight it as well. Okay, guys, just because some of the harm and the violence and the discrimination and the oppression on some people is used by some other groups of people for political gain, that doesn't mean that we should ignore it. That doesn't mean we should like not highlight. I'm not saying you're saying that, by the way. I'm not saying that you guys are saying that. But just remember that sometimes some people try to make you dismiss the oppression or the discrimination of some groups of people because it's being misused by some other groups of people, right? Just because it's being misused by some other groups of people, that doesn't mean that we should not highlight it, okay? Let me see what else you guys are saying. Oh, Hindu historian say, hi, Hindu historian. Well, what do you think someone's grieving parents are going to say? Yeah, I can't. I'm being. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right, Hindu historian. I'm not criticizing him for saying that. It just bothers me. I don't know. Maybe I should get over it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't be so picky. I don't know. I just feel like I care for the victims who are not at the top of their class as well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is a grieving father. I shouldn't be like this. I wasn't criticizing. I wasn't criticizing him. I was just telling you that this bugs me. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
इसकी टॉपर थी हर क्लास में
She would always.
टॉपर ही रही है ब्रिलियंट लड़की थी मैडम बहुत ही
Wait, what is this? She was a brilliant student. Yeah, okay, this is the brother? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys say whatever you want about her. Celebrate her. Celebrate her life any way you want. I'm sorry I did that. I'm so sorry. She wanted to become an officer, join the army or the Air Force.
अच्छी ऑफिसर बनना चाहती है आर्मी में एयर फोर्स में ज़्यादा शौक था
I won't feel fine about anything till we get justice.
नहीं लग रहा तब तक ना लगेगा
That's the mother.
कुछ भी तब तक न्याय नहीं मिलेगा.
For justice, I don't care if the police kills the accused. Guys, if you're against capital punishment, you have to forgive a mother that just lost a child. Do not apply the standards that you have for a government to a grieving mother, okay? Don't be like, oh, I'm against capital punishment at all cases. Yes, me too, okay? But again, I have some standards for the government to be able to be sound and unemotional and logical when it comes to defending the public. I do not have the same standards when a mother just lost her child, okay? So no criticism for the mother here at all, not at all.
न्याय में उसका एनकाउंटर करे पुलिस
in an encounter or hangs them to death. Yeah. Whatever she wants to say, just say, yeah. No criticism, nothing, zero criticism of a mother. None, zero, okay? I hope nobody gets hanged. I don't even want the criminals to get hanged. I don't want anybody to get hanged for any crime ever. But I'm not going to hold the mother accountable to any these values at all.
उसको फांसी हो.
I'm pretty sure, guys, you know how I say I'm against capital punishment, against torture, okay? If something happens to somebody I love, I'm pretty sure my emotional state might make me throw away all my values, okay? If somebody does something to somebody I love, you know how anti-torture I am? I'm pretty sure that at that point I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm pro-torture now for those specific people. Okay, this is why the values that we defend, we want them to be enshrined in law by governments that could step one step back from the victims themselves. Okay, again, you should not use my mental state when at a time that my loved one has been harmed in any way. My mental state at that point should not be used as a standard of what the best policies are. Okay, so just ignore anything I say as if something happens to somebody I love. I'm not at the best mind at the my I'm not using data and empirical analysis of how to best protect the society or how societies what is best for the flourishment of the civilization. Or none of that. I don't care about anything like that at that point. I only care about inflicting harm on somebody that I hate very, very much. Okay? And that should not, my desire for revenge at that point should not be used as a way to come up with policies. Okay? The government and the justice system needs to be way more mature than me at a time that I'm extremely emotional to be like, our job, our role is to protect our citizens, and we're going to go based on data and what works rather than trying to satisfy your desire for revenge. Okay? So again, the standards that we have for a government and our justice system is a little bit different than the standards that we have for a grieving mother.
बस यही मैं कहना चाहूँ